Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. My name is Jackie, and on this channel we mostly talk about perfumes. Today's video is a good old-fashioned haul video. We have a lot of perfumes to talk about. I have some that I received in PR and many of them, most of them that I purchased with my own money. And yeah, I went a little crazy this month and we have a lot of fragrances to go over. I'm not going to go into detailed reviews of some of these fragrances because honestly, I just don't know how I truly feel about these fragrances yet. These are just my first impressions. This is a haul video. I haven't had a chance to really wear a lot of these fragrances. So, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I do reserve the right to change my mind once I get to know the fragrances better. If you're interested in seeing the new fragrances I've added into my collection, then just keep on watching. All right, we're going to start off with a fragrance that I have to take back my words. Remember, I reserve the rights to change my mind, okay? I tested this fragrance out. I had a sample of it and I said it was boring and basic and not worth the price. And now I have a bottle of it because I completely changed my mind after I went back to my sample and tried it again. And this is by Maison, Mataha, and this is Escapade Gourmande. This fragrance is not basic. I mean, it is kind of, okay? It definitely smells like a vanilla. Okay, if you're a vanilla lover, this is going to be fantastic for you. It's delicious. What I didn't understand about this fragrance is the creme brulee feel. I didn't get that creme brulee experience the first time I tried it. People were saying there's like this creamy creme brulee or like, yeah, like a, creme brulee has that hard top on, on the top of it. It's like that burnt, almost like brown sugary, not burnt, but like darkened brown sugar on the top, but then underneath it's that creaminess. And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that creamy underneath creme brulee feel from this fragrance. I wore this the other day and I was totally feeling it. I was into it. It has this gorgeous sugar and creme brulee creaminess to it that was so enjoyable. And I'm just really kind of into more simple-ish vanillas lately. I don't know. I'm just into it. And I saw it on a discount and snatched it up. I have no regrets and I take back my words. I owe this perfume an apology, okay? I think it's really delicious. Okay, this next one is one I told you guys I was going to purchase. I got a sample of it and I absolutely loved it. And my husband bought it for me for Valentine's Day. I told him, I sent him the website and said, here, I want this. This is my Valentine's Day present. This is by the House of Fleurit, and this is Gâteau des Anges, and this fragrance is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. This is white florals, but not heady white florals. It just smells like really pretty springtime florals. I think it's honeysuckle and tuberose. And then there's a very, almost kind of like a cleanish feel I pick up on in here. Just kind of slight, like a slight clean vibe, but then there's also a lot of very gourmand aspects to this fragrance. I believe there's some fruits in here, but mostly I get something that smells like angel food cake. So it's like this gorgeous, whimsical, springtime, white floral slash angel food cake smell. It's so fantastic. It's like a fairy perfume. If I were to think of like flowers and springtime and fairies skipping around in a field, this is the perfume I would picture, and it's so great. It's just so great. I absolutely love it. I am definitely interested in checking out more from this house for sure in 2025. Okay, I received in PR by Tomavicci. This is the new one. This is Xanat. And this fragrance is one that I didn't know I was getting it in PR. And I was really interested in this fragrance because I like the House of Tomavicci for the most part. Most of their fragrances work out for me. Not all, but a lot of them do. And when I heard they were coming out with a gourmand, a vanilla gourmand at that, I'm so into vanillas right now. I was like, oh, I need this. Plus, a ton of you guys were messaging me and telling me I needed to try this fragrance. And so when I got it in PR unexpectedly, I was like, yes, I'm so excited because I was dying to try this and I was going to purchase it anyway. But yes, this is definitely a vanilla. I believe there's also some coffee in here. I only picked that up slightly. There's a little dark chocolate, I believe. Definitely a lot of brown sugar. very, very brown sugar and vanilla forward. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I do like that touch of dark chocolate in here. The best part about this, well, it smells amazing. It's delicious. But the best part about this fragrance is that it is strong. So if you're looking for a beast vanilla fragrance that is strong enough to cut through the cold, that is definitely going to get you attention because this thing projects. You're going to, this is it. This is it. Absolutely fantastic, super delicious, and I'm so happy to have this because like I said, I was going to purchase it anyway, and it's just, yeah, it's just hitting home on those cold, cold days for sure. All right, this next one was a blind buy. This is one of those late night scrolling blind buys, you know what I mean? You're just like scrolling mindlessly trying to go to sleep. And I was on Ulta's website just playing around looking, and I saw this, and I am having a vanilla and a cherry moment. I have been getting a lot of cherry perfumes and a lot of vanilla perfumes, and when I saw this, I was like, ooh, that actually sounds really good. It was the note of marshmallow in here that got me. So what I'm talking about is the new perfume by Ariana Grande. This is the r.e.m. Cherry Eclipse is what it's called. And I have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of this, you know, this plastic thing. It looks a little juvenile to me, so I probably won't keep that. But the scent is, I didn't know what to expect, okay? I blind bought it, I just went for it. But the scent is actually really, really good. I enjoy this a lot. This has a sour cherry note, and what I really love is that the cherry lasts throughout the entire fragrance. I thought it was just gonna fade away. It has some white florals. I think there's honeysuckle and maybe some jasmine in here. So it's definitely a cherry. It's not an overly gourmand. It definitely has a floral, really, really pretty springtime-like feel with that delicious sour cherry vibe. And then there's something in here. I definitely, I don't know that I would have known it was marshmallow per se, but when I wear it on my skin, it does give off a fluffy, like a fluffy feel that I really, really like a lot. And I really enjoy it. I don't really know that much about the performance yet, just because I've only worn it around the house to test it out. I haven't like full on sprayed it and worn it for the day. You know what I mean? So I still need to test it some more. So I don't know about the longevity, but I'm not really struggling. When I tested it out, it didn't seem like it was weak to me, you know? And I just thought it smelled really, really good. So if the idea of, you know, marshmallow and cherry and some florals sounds good to you, I think this is really good. I like it a lot. Okay, up next, let's talk about some day 3 fragrances. They sent me some fragrances previously in PR in their old packaging. So their packaging used to look like this. And they've upgraded their packaging and it is really, really nice. I actually really prefer the new packaging. So this is what the new packaging looks like. And so instead of having the little sticker right here, there's actually a plate and it looks a lot more luxe, doesn't it? It looks sleeker and I don't know, it just looks better to me. Plus the presentation that it comes in is really nice too. They've upgraded that as well. I'm not going to get too much into that right now because I do plan to do a house overview of day 3. I think this is a house that really needs some attention. They have some amazing offerings here. I'm just quickly going to show you what they sent. All of these fragrances they sent to me I already owned in the previous packaging except for one. I believe this is pronounced Island. And this is a fragrance that I believe the guy, perfumer, for day 3 fragrances, I think it's a husband and wife team if I'm not mistaken. And he is the perfumer and this is named after, I believe, their daughter. And so I was really interested. I like the story behind the fragrance, but I wasn't 100% sure how I felt about this perfume when I first tried it. I tried it right off the truck. And I know better than that. It was still cold, you know what I mean? It came off the UPS truck or the FedEx truck, I can't remember which one, but it was still cold and I have no self-discipline, no no willpower, and I know not to try a fragrance after it's been, you know, you got to wait a little while. So the first time I sprayed it, I was like, ooh, I don't know, because there's a note of elemi in here, and elemi is a tricky note for me. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Elemi is a resinous or balsamic scent that can sometimes smell like pine needles. And yeah, this perfume is smelling a lot better than it did when I first got it off the truck. It's like all I could smell was the elemi the first time. So I need to get to know this a little bit better, but this is basically a resinous, ambery, rosy. I think there's some oud in here, but I don't pick up a ton of oud. It's very like, it has a really beautiful jammy rose kind of scent to it, but it's not your typical jammy rose. Lots and lots of vanilla. Yeah, I need to play. I don't know this fragrance well enough to speak about it that much, but I need to get to know it and I will report back to you guys on this fragrance. The other ones I already have tested, but I'll show them to you really, really quick. This one is Downtown Deja Vu, which is one that I really enjoy. It's like a very office appropriate, springtime, rosy, musky, very feminine, pretty girl scent that I like. And then we have Ambar Dominicano, which is my favorite from the house. This is a spicy Coca-Cola scent. It has this really, really fun like cola note in here. Very warm, very spicy, very ambery. Yeah, really fun, great for cold weather. And then we have Del Mar, which is a beautiful spring or summertime scent. It's more summertime. It's like a white floral coconut summer, but it has this fantastic lime note in it that I really enjoy. I'm a big fan of lime in my perfumes. And then we have one that won an award. This is the La Tacita de Café, which is a spicy coffee, really, really warm type of fragrance that I enjoy. And then we have this one, which I think is super fun. This is Escandalo, which is a fun kind of tropical scent. It has guava in it. And that I really, really like. It makes me smile. I think this is going to be great for summertime. And then this one is Philosophia, which this one I'm not 100% sure on. It's kind of like a warm, spicy, nutty. I think there's a little coffee maybe in here. I can't remember exactly, but I think the last time I tried it, I found it to lean maybe a little too masculine for me. So I need to play around with that one a little bit more and get to know it and see how I really feel. This one is Say Less. I know this one well. I've worn the other bottle quite a few times. It's a great work scent. I like to wear it to work because it's very, well, it's as the name would suggest, say less, but you can smell it. I mean, but it's soft. It's very soft. Someone has to come into your personal space, but it's a purple floral. There's violet, but not too much. Lots of iris and muskiness. It's very feminine and just pretty and just so easy to wear. I love this one. And then we have Bonnie, which is a summertime tropical. I think there's mango in here, which I'm not typically the biggest fan of mango, but I really like this fragrance. Yeah, this one has a really, it's not too much. It's other fruits, I think, not just mango, but really excited to play with that one more in the summertime. So those are the ones that they sent me. I need to get to know them, and then I will do a full dedicated review of the house for you guys and let you know my final thoughts on these fragrances, performance. We'll go into detail about them in a future video. All right, guys, up next we have a fragrance that you guys told me I needed to get. I blind bought it because it sounded right up my alley. You guys were raving about it. This is by the house of Marsté, and this is Essence Vanille. And you guys were telling me how great of a vanilla this was, and I have to agree. This has lime in it, which, as you guys know, I love lime. I love lime in summertime fragrances, but I also really like lime in like deep dark vanilla, like the combination of that zesty lime or a zesty lemon or some sort of something zesty mixed with a deep sweet vanilla is such a fun combination for me. And this lime in here is just doing it for me. Yeah, that lime vanilla combo. It's delicious. Also, I don't know that much about the performance of this one yet. I've only worn it once, so I'll have to get back to you on that. But so far, I'm loving, loving, loving the way that it smells. Okay, another one. This one I tested first before I purchased it, and I knew I had to have a bottle of this. Oh my gosh. Okay, calling all nutty lovers. If you love a nutty gourmand, this is for you. This is by Les Nobles, and it's Les Nobles Essences, I believe, and it's called Mirage Gourmande. I tested this one out when it first came out last year, I think it was. And it went, I mean, it skyrocketed up to the top of my wish list. Oh my gosh, I wore this the other day. Okay, first of all, you have to be into nutty perfumes. So I think this has almond, pistachio, and hazelnut. So definitely very nutty, very sweet. There's a powderiness to this fragrance as well, but then it also has, I believe it has cake as one of the notes. And that's what it smells like. It smells like an almond cake. Yeah. Lots of vanilla. Yes, I love this. Again, you have to be into nutty perfumes to enjoy this. If you do not like nutty perfumes, you will not like this. This is just right up my alley though, and it's delicious. But yeah, it smells like almond cake to me. The performance on this is really good too. I put this on the other day. I got home from work, took a shower, sprayed this on my PJs, and then I, could smell it all through the evening, went to bed, woke up that morning and could still smell it on my pajamas. So, I mean, it's not a screaming perfume that will project across the room, but I could definitely smell this on me and I was in love with it. I love it, love it, love it. All right, guys, we have 2 more fragrances. They're both fragrances that I tested first before I bought them and knew I absolutely needed them. So this one, I had a couple of samples of, and I just absolutely knew I had to have it. This is the new one by EBK, and this is Cherry N Heaven. Oh my gosh, I am so in love with this. This is so good. And it's even better than my samples now that I have the full bottle. I'm picking up more from this fragrance than I did from the samples. And I wore this today. This is my scent of the day. I wore this today, this morning, to my doctor's appointment. I walk in, and there's a lady who had walked up to the front to check in for her appointment. And I walk in and she stops and she's like, "Oh, it smells so good in here." And she is looking around, and then she turns around and looks at me and she's like, "Is that you? You smell amazing." And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, it's me. And then at the same doctor's appointment, as I'm leaving, the nurse who was walking me up to the front to check me out, she was like, "What perfume are you wearing? You smell amazing." And then I always feel a little awkward, when it's a house that I know they're not going to know. I'm like, "Oh, this is by a house called EBK." And she just kind of looked at me funny. But anyway, the point is that I got 2 compliments at my doctor's appointment from 2 separate people this morning wearing this fragrance. Holy cow, is this amazing. I love this. Listen, EBK is not a house that works out for me. I have yet to find a fragrance that I like until now. This is my baby, okay? This is the best cherry fragrance I have ever smelled, except for French Defense. That one is up there. I can't pick between the 2, but they do have differences. They don't smell the same to me. This one is a more gourmand to my nose. They both have woody notes. They both have a booziness to them. They both have a deep, dark cherry, but French Defense is more of like a black, boozy cherry. And to my nose, the cherry in here is like a rich, thick, almost like the inside of a cherry pie. There is some woody notes that comes through in the mid of this fragrance that I wasn't picking up on my sample, but it actually just makes the fragrance even more interesting. I caught that today when I was wearing it, like in the mid, I started picking up on a woodiness and I was like, "Oh, that's new," but I really liked it. But then it goes away, and in the dry down, I pick up that creamy, almost kind of like ice cream feel. It's like cherry, thick cherry syrup with on top of some ice cream and maybe a little booze. It's just so good, and the performance is outstanding. I was projecting, you guys. I was projecting at the doctor's office, and I am in love with this fragrance. So no regrets. Very expensive fragrance, very expensive, but I think it's worth every single penny I spent on it. EBK Cherry N Heaven. All right, and last up, we have a perfume I tested out and told you guys I absolutely wanted a full bottle of this. This is by Fomowa Paris Red Kila Split. It's funny because this is another fragrance that I have a different experience with than my sample, but luckily it's the good way. This is better than my sample. The full bottle experience is better than my sample. I hate when it's the other way, but in this instance, I like the full bottle better. So when I got my sample, it it smelled, I got a lot of the strawberry. It almost smelled like strawberry fruit punch to me. I didn't get a lot of the pistachio, but now that I have the full bottle, I get a lot of the pistachio in here. So I get a lot of the strawberry. I do get pistachio, almost like pistachio ice cream, and it's fantastic. I still don't get banana though. I get zero banana from this fragrance, but that's okay. No banana, but I do still get like a fruit punch feel to the fragrance, but it's almost like this sweet fruit punch, strawberry, pistachio ice cream situation. It's so delicious and so fun. It's not overly serious. You know, if you're looking for an uber sophisticated fragrance, this probably isn't going to be it, but it doesn't smell juvenile to me either. So I don't know. It makes me smile. I really enjoy it. I don't know all that much about the performance. I've only worn it once since I've gotten it, so I'll have to get back to you on that, but I really enjoy the way that it smells. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Those are the fragrances that I have added into my collection, and I want to know what you think of these. Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, and of course, I will update you on these fragrances as I get to know them more and give you more detail on them and let you know what I really think of them. And stay tuned for my day 3 video, my house overview, as I test them out more and get to know them more. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.